Hello everyone, Lucas Woodmorrow here. Today I'm doing another custom review on my updated CGI Bertie. So this custom CGI Bertie is another custom that's inspired by Thomas Wooden Railway. I actually really like his CGI Bertie, and I've always wanted a CGI face on this model, even before Thomas Wooden Railway came up with the idea. But since he actually did it, I decided to follow suit because he was able to figure out a way to do it. So, I'm gonna go back to the first model I ever had of Bertie. And actually, it was, believe it or not, it was the new style Bertie. So I am not the biggest fan of this custom, but I really do like how this model, but the only thing that really makes me upset is there's no passengers and there's a dumb magnet. Now this one does take a does kind of have some better details with the back window and the back lights. But I always liked the charm of the older one. And when I was younger, I actually, by the way, I had this one for like 8 or 9 years now, maybe closer to 10 to 12 years, I'm not sure, it's been a long time. But when I was young, I always saw these new in box at yard sale with the, but not the 1999, I'm talking about like the 2001, 2002 model, the version of this. I've always saw them new in box, but I never picked them up because I thought, oh, I'll find it at Toys R Us for the same price. Never did. Now I kind of regret not picking those up. But anyway, the reason why, there's actually a rumor going around, the reason why they got rid of the passengers is the guy smoking a pipe. But I think there's more of a bigger reason to why they got rid of it. Because they wanted to save a few cents on decals. Tea. So I'm actually going to bring in back the custom. I actually do not have a CGI Bertie, but as you guys can tell from the face, some of you guys will be thinking, well, you obviously have a CGI Bertie, so why did you rip off the face and put it onto here? I do have a CGI Bertie, but it is the Thomas Wood Bertie, and no one, and I mean no one, likes a Thomas Wood Bertie. It's, this is the only Thomas Wood Bertie model I have. As you guys can see, there's a huge gap in here. If I put these if I quickly put these side by side, it is taller, it is more chunky, and there's less details, and the windows are blacked out. Like with this, like unlike this one, you can say these windows are tinted, but you can see the driver. But with this one, you have to say the windows are tinted because they're all black. But in reality, it's just a terrible model. Like you could probably 3D print a piece to snap in here, but it wouldn't beat something like this. So what actually happens, I'm just going to quickly bring this up, show you. It is a little wonky. It is not perfectly centered as well, but it doesn't really bother me. And plus, it's kind of permanent right now. I actually used air dry clay, and then I used super glue. So let's see, you guys. I am actually pulling really hard, and I am actually marking my fingertips. I'm marking my fingertips pretty badly. But so this custom is pretty much like a set in stone one. I could possibly pull off the face, but that takes some time. But, yeah. This model will be used will be the primary one used in my series from now on. And I will no longer be using this one. I'm actually going to quickly say this one was not in the best condition when I got it, and it's still not in the best condition. So that's why I bought this one relatively in perfect condition. There's some scuffs here and there, but like they're so minor you can't even notice them. Like there's like, if you look at the bottom, that's where some of the major scuffs are. I'll show you like this, but you don't even really see that when he's driving. And Bertie's actually is going to be one of the few road vehicles that gets a custom CGI face for my series. I might do Cranky next. I am not entirely sure yet. Not Cranky. Not Trevor. Terrence. Sorry. I might do Terrence next with the CGI face if I can get a model that doesn't have messed up treads. Because the Trevor I'm using in my series right now, his treads are really messed up. So if you see Terrence in my series and his treads are not turning, I am trying to avoid the treads being turned due to the treads being damaged. But yeah. So what Thomas Wooden Railway was doing, I actually did the same thing. He burned a hole into the back of the face, and mine was pretty tiny because I was trying to be careful. I think I had like about a 1-inch hole. And like an inch and a half, maybe inch and a half. And it wouldn't stick onto the magnet because the hole was a tiny bit too big. So I bought air dry clay. And I wish I got that centered, but honestly I don't mind. I think it gives mine its own personality. But I was able to get it pretty much decent size still, so I used air dry clay. I let that dry about 80% of the way. I took a very tiny piece, put it on the thing, pressed that in, held it in for a few minutes, and then I took glue, a Gorilla Glue, and then I put it into the back, so now it's like very, very secure. And I can't wait to introduce this one to my series. Yeah. And again, I want to show this one more time just to show you. As you guys can see, this top got pretty scratched, and that's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. But as you guys can see, there are two major differences. This one is chunky and boxy, and it's not really nice. Well, this one's sleek and smooth, and actually also doesn't have that dumb magnet. So I know I'm probably gonna get the question, if I get the actual CGI Bertie from Thomas Wooden Railway, will I switch over to that model? And the answer is no. And that'll be for a few reasons. I am planning on getting the model, but it's just to have in my collection, so I can do a video on all the Bertie models in the future. Hashtag spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, I mean. But yeah. And that's all I have time for this custom video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys for another Thomas Wooden Railway video.